Namaste, beautiful. Welcome to Yoga is the Answer. Today the question is, how can I make sure that I am staying open and loving while still being validating of all of my emotions around the holidays, specifically Thanksgiving? And this 1 hour, 15 minutes, all-level yoga class is the answer. So happy Thanksgiving. If you want to go ahead and just get to the class, you may. Otherwise, I think I would like to talk a little bit about the inspiration for this class. So last year, the class that I made was a two-hour intermediate level vinyasa class. That was the Thanksgiving class that I put out. I made it a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving. I was still in Mexico City. So I was somewhere warm. I was not where I actually am for Thanksgiving. I had also not done the things that I always do before Thanksgiving. So the truth is, Thanksgiving and Christmas are probably the days of the year that are the most emotionally intense for me. And there are many reasons for that. Anything that causes such intense emotional experiencing, of course, there are many reasons, right? And so I thought about making this class before I was actually at the point that I was starting to experience those emotions. But I partly decided, and partly life decided for me, that I was going to make it today. So today's Tuesday, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So I'm already starting to have those feelings as I'm here, I'm visiting my family. I'm already here for the holiday. And by visiting my family, I mean I'm visiting my parents and one of my 4 siblings. So it will be only the 4 of us for Thanksgiving. So that maybe gives you a little bit of insight into the complication, but I'm not going to say too much about that. But so this time of year, my body, my mind has experienced a lot of trauma within my family, but also completely separate, like alone kind of trauma. And ancestrally, I am 1/8 Wampanoag. And so if you don't know, the Wampanoags were the natives who were at Plymouth Rock for the first Thanksgiving, right? So that is a complicated thing. In my bloodline, in my current family unit, right? That's a complicated thing. And my family, Thanksgiving has always been this, family holiday. Of course, like, that's what it is. And has been very much about the instance of being grateful, of giving thanks. And I very much appreciate that. And I feel like it is a very important thing for everyone to be able to do all of the time, right? Trauma happens, right? Life happens. And if we are able to remain grateful for all of it, not in spite of it, but for all of it, then we are just able to live such more fulfilled lives. And I believe that as much as I believe anything in this world. So this class is about being able to hold that. This class is about being able to honor the trauma, to honor all of the emotions related to it, and to still keep an open heart, and to still be grateful for everything. And it's only 1 hour and 15 minutes because I need to like right now, pack up my stuff and get out of here so that there can actually be dance classes. And because I took a red eye back from Los Angeles that landed yesterday morning, and so then I slept quite a lot last night, woke up late. It's like my super puffy post-travel day. Like, of all the days in the whole year, this is like the day that I'm like, am I really going to film a class today? But that was actually like an important part of it, to be filming on like a puffy day, on an emotionally intense day. Because sometimes I was thinking when I woke up this morning, I was like, I don't have enough time to do all of what I would like to do for my own practice. I've still, of course, did something for my own practice, but I did not have enough time to do my full practice, what I would have like ideally done, and do this. And I chose this. And that was, I feel, significant to be choosing this, to be choosing you. Because while I did make this class for everyone, I made this class the most for anyone who is currently feeling the way that I felt for many years on this day of the year and this times of year. In a way, I'm even making it for those past versions of me. So, anyway, with all of that said, let's go ahead and begin. All right, my loves, let's start in Supta Konasana with block. If you don't have a block, you can try and find something that can serve as a block to go underneath your shoulder blades. Otherwise, you're fine to just lie onto your back. It's just nice to be able to open our hips and our heart at the same time from the beginning, but also no big deal if you either cannot or don't want to. So we'll take our feet together, take our block from the shoulder blades, and then lie down onto it. Let's take the hands by the sides and close down the eyes. And let's take this time to bring ourselves into the room and into the practice, into the body. Allowing for any thoughts, any stress, anything occupying the mind, to gently move away for now. As we focus on the here and now. Noticing the breath. Just watching, observing the air flowing in and out of the nostrils. Follow as the air enters the nostrils. Follow it down all the way until it reaches the belly, and then allow for the air to expand the belly. And now use the contraction of your belly to then push the air back up and out through the nostrils. And keep going like that, breathing in through the nose, following the air into the belly, allowing it to expand. And then contracting the belly, using the contraction to push the air back out the nostrils. And keep going in through the nostrils all the way into the belly. And out the belly and all the way out the nostrils. In the nose, expand the belly. And out the belly, all the way out the nose. Last time like that, in through the nose, expand the belly. And contract the belly, push the air out the nose. And now let's just take a moment to set an intention. So any intention that you would like, whether it be related to Thanksgiving or anything else that you're needing right now. Just intend that this practice is going to help you to meet this. And then with that trust, go ahead and allow for the intention to disappear from the mind back into the unconscious mind. Draw the attention into the body. Draw the gaze with the eyes closed toward the eyebrow center. And let's go ahead and remove the block. You can keep the eyes closed or open them, your choice. And lie back down onto the back. And gently straighten the legs. You can move the feet back and forth. Shake the legs a little bit. Now let's stretch a little bit more and just kind of allowing for ourselves to slowly move, or to slowly move into the practice, I should say. So let's go ahead and take the right knee toward the chest. Interlace the fingers and place them onto the knee. Pull the knee toward the chest. Rock back and forth slightly. And then reach for the heel. If you need a strap, you can go ahead and grab your strap. You can take a towel or a scarf or whatever you need to then extend the right leg until it's straight. And be holding wherever you're holding, whether it's onto your strap or onto your foot. And gently begin to pull the foot down toward the floor. So barely feeling tension, maybe about 50% in the hamstring at first. And take a nice deep breath through the nose. And then as you exhale through the nose, slightly pull the leg farther down toward the floor. And then inhale through the nose, keeping the leg where it is. And exhale and again pull the leg down toward the floor. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull the right leg down to the floor. And now you can keep doing that. You can stay where you are. Whatever feels good for you right now. If you want, you can use one of your hands on your hamstring and just kind of soothe out the tension with the hand. Using the breath and using the mind to soothe the tension. Sending messages to the body that it can relax a bit. Can allow itself to be soothed. Let's go ahead and release the right leg. And straighten it out onto the floor, onto the mat. And let's switch legs, taking the left knee up toward the chest, interlacing the fingers, placing them onto the knee, pulling the knee down, rocking back and forth slightly. And then let's grab onto the heel or strap, and extend the left leg. Again, only about 50% of your maximum here, so only a slight amount of tension. And let's breathe in through the nose. And as we breathe out through the nose, we pull the left leg down closer to the floor. Again, in through the nose. And out through the nose, pulling the leg closer even more to the floor. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull the leg closer to the floor. And I can keep doing that, or you can stay where you are. Or you can soothe out the tension with the hand. Using the breath, using the exhale to go farther. Using the mind to relax deeper. And let's go ahead and release again. Straightening the left leg. And give the legs a little shake. Let's circle out the knees. So let's interlace the fingers underneath our right hamstring. And as we can have both of our toes pointed here. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to circle the right foot over to the left and up. And then as we exhale, we're going to circle it to the right and down. And keep going. Let's do 15 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switching directions. Inhale and bring the right foot over to the right and up, and exhale, bringing it to the left and down. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And straighten the right leg, bend the left, interlace the fingers underneath the left hamstring. And inhale, bringing the left foot over to the right and up. And exhale, bring it to the left and down 15 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switching directions, bringing the left foot to the right and down, and then out to the left and up. Keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, shake out the legs. And hug the knees toward the chest. And then let's rock up into a tabletop position. Let's first stretch out the shoulders a little bit. So let's bring the hands forward, coming into our Anahatasana, into our melting heart, bringing the chest down toward the floor, bringing the chin down toward the floor. Either having the hands flat onto the mat, or it can be up on the fingers. I prefer being on the fingers. It feels more comfortable to me, to be honest. And breathing here. Feeling the heart melting. Feeling the shoulders opening. Just imagine the love in your heart increasing with every breath. So breathing in love and breathing out fear. Breathe in love for yourself. And breathing out any negative feelings toward yourself. Breathe in love for your family and your friends. And breathe out any negative feelings toward your family or friends. Breathe in love for the world. And breathe out any negativity you hold toward the world or anything else. And let's come back to hands and knees. Beautiful. Let's get into our cat-cows. So, if you've been in my classes for a while, you know how I like to do it, so go right into it. Otherwise, first start by arching the back, normal cat-cows. Bring the tailbone up toward the ceiling, looking up at the nose or between the eyebrows. And as we exhale, we round the spine. And we look toward the belly button, bring the belly button up into the back. And we keep going. We inhale, we arch the back. And exhale, around the spine, we'll look toward the belly button. And now as we're doing this movement, as we arch, we squeeze the pelvic floor. And as we round, we release the squeeze. Inhale, squeezing the pelvic floor, isolating the squeezing of the anal sphincter if possible. Exhale, round the spine, look toward the belly button. Inhale, arch, squeeze. Exhale, round, release. Inhale, arch and squeeze. Exhale, round, release. Keep going. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. This is helping to push the prana, increase the prana flowing through us. Our prana is our life energy. So, particularly on holidays when we might feel like our life energy is a little bit more drained, we really want to get that prana flowing through us. This is a really nice and easy way to do it. So let's keep going, squeezing, releasing, squeezing, releasing. You can go at any pace that you want to. It does not matter. I like to kind of start slow and then move it faster, but you can do whatever you want as long as you're doing the movement and holding the intention. Keep it going. Let's do like 10 more. 9. Keep going. Squeezing tight, arching a lot. Rounding as much as we can at whatever speed we're going. And let's do 4. 3, 2, 1. And back to neutral. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, tuck the toes, push the hips up and back. We can either have our feet apart here. If we want to take mountain pose, we can have our feet together. You can be walking it out. We can be staying static. Whatever feels right in our bodies right now. Let's try and make sure that we have our shoulders away from our ears. However we are, where our hands are planted firmly, such that most of the weight is in the front of the hands. We want our heels drop down toward the floor, in the direction of the floor, if they're not already on the floor. And let's start moving. Let's come up onto the toes, and let's walk one foot in front of the other until we reach the hands. And then let's go ahead, take the feet hip width distance apart, drop the heels down, grab onto opposite elbows, swaying back and forth. So allow the hands to come down next to the feet, and with an inhale, begin to roll up to a standing position. Exhale, drop the shoulders back, and stand up tall. All right, let's warm up a little bit before we get to our sun salutations. Yeah, so let's interlace the fingers and bring them down. We're standing with our feet hip width distance apart, and we're going to inhale. We're going to come up onto the toes. We'll reach the hands up overhead, and then exhale and bring the hands down. Let's do it with Kapalabhati breath. So we are passively inhaling as we bring our hands up, and we're forcefully exhaling through the nose as we bring the hands down. Let's do it 20 times. Here we go. Beautiful. Keeping the Kapalabhati breath. It is definitely winter over here. All right, let's interlace the fingers and bring them up toward the ceiling. Keeping the Kapalabhati breath, we're going to be exhaling as we lean to the right, passively inhaling as we come up, and forcefully exhaling again as we lean to the left. 10 times each side. Here we go. Ready? And go. All right. Keeping Kapalabhati breath, we're going to twist it out. So exhale as we twist, inhale to the center, exhale, center. Yeah? 20 times each side, so 40 times total. Ready? Go. Allow the hands to swing, or you can keep the arms bent, up to you. If you're swinging the arms and you want to start bringing them up toward the ceiling nice and slowly, so now they're about shoulder height. Who mixes up width and height? Okay, keep bringing the hands up and up until we're reaching the ceiling. Let's do a few more. And stop. All right. Let's move the hips out a little bit. So just kind of making circles with the hips. Let's kind of isolate the hips here. So just trying to move only the hips. Yeah. So you can be inhaling and coming forward, and then exhaling and coming back. You can have the hands on the hips, kind of help us to isolate them. And just imagine that we're kind of using this isolation of the hips to isolate the releasing of emotions. So imagine that you're kind of like stirring it, right? So we're stirring up the emotions that need to come out. And then we're going to use our sun salutations to move them out. Okay, so let's switch directions. Okay, so we're stirring it up, stirring it up. all those emotions from all of the years of this life, of past lives, of our ancestors' lives. We are stirring them so that it's like, they were at the bottom of the pool. Now we're stirring them up. So now they are lifted. They're in the water of our hips. And then we're going to pull them out. We're going to burn it out as we move through our sun salutations. Okay? And let's do 3, 2, 1, and then let's come to the top of the mat. Take our feet hip width distance apart. Take our hands together at heart center. Take a moment to connect to the sun. A really nice way to practice gratitude daily is with our sun salutations, with saluting the sun, thanking the sun for its involvement in life, right? Because it does have a big part, doesn't it? Yeah. And now we're going to use it. We're going to connect to it. We're going to thank it for the energy that it gives us. And we're going to commit to using that energy to remove all of that difficult emotions that we want to, all of the impressions from this life and past that we want to move out. Thanking the sun for all that it does for us, for all that it is about to do for us. And with that gratitude in our heart, in our body, in our soul, let's go ahead and blink open the eyes and move into our sun salutations. Let's go pretty fast. We want to keep warming up. I don't know about you, but I am not warm. Okay. Let's go. Inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right foot back, coming into low lunge. Exhale, step the left foot back, Parvatasana. Hold the breath, take the knees, the chest, and the chin down. Inhale, arch into Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot steps forward into low lunge, come up onto the fingertips, lift the chest. Exhale, step the right foot forward next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, reach the hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot steps back into low lunge, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, right foot steps back to meet the left, Parvatasana. Hold the breath, taking the knees, chest, and chin down. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Tuck the toes, push the hips back, Parvatasana. Inhale, right foot steps forward, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot steps forward, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot back, mountain pose. Hold the breath, take the knees, chest, and chin down. Inhale, lift the chest, up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips back, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot steps forward, low lunge, lift the chest. Exhale, right foot steps next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot steps back, lift the chest. Exhale, right foot back, mountain pose. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, right foot forward, low lunge, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, reach the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Round 3, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot back, low lunge, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot back. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back. Lift the chest. Exhale, right foot back, Parvatasana. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, right foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Round 4. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, left foot back. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, right foot back. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, right foot steps forward, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right foot back, lift the chest. Exhale, left foot back. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot steps forward, lift the chest. Exhale, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back, lift the chest. Exhale, right foot back. Hold the breath, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, right foot steps forward, low lunge. Exhale, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's step back and turn to the side. All right, so we're going to take a couple of standing postures. So let's first take Warrior 2. Let's rotate the right foot out and step our left foot wherever it needs to be. Begin bending into the right leg until we find our Warrior 2 for the moment. Reaching the hands out. Checking our alignment, making sure our right heel is in line with the side of our left foot, making sure our feet are perpendicular, our hips are centered to the side of the mat. Our hands are outstretched, and we're looking over our right middle finger or up toward the corner of the room, whichever we prefer. And we're holding strong in our Warrior 2. So we're practicing Warrior 2 for the purpose of finding the strength within and being the warrior, but acknowledging that this is a step along the way, right? So right now we are the warrior. We are embodying the strength of the warrior, but we don't want to always be fighting, right? We're just being the warrior for the purpose of getting the strength. And then, woo, let's come out. Let's rotate the left foot to the side and bend into the left leg. Extend the arms out. Looking over our left middle finger. I wanted to call it big finger. And we're feeling the strength of the warrior. Knowing that it's there, that strength. We don't need to always be using it for the purpose of fighting, for being a warrior, right? But when we embody that and we remember that that strength exists, then we can continue to use that strength through all areas of life, right? We know that it is there to help us through anything. Feel it. Feel the strength in the legs. Feel it come all the way up the body. Feel it all the way in the hands, in the face, in the top of the head. The entire body strong, the entire mind strong, and the heart strong. And let's come out. And let's rotate back to the other side. So now let's rotate all the way. So we're going to come onto the ball of the foot on our left foot, coming into a high lunge here. So we're bending into the right leg. Both feet are pointed to the back of the room. And now we're going to take one of my favorite variations, my absolute favorite variation of high lunge. We're going to lift the hands up. And then we're going to draw the elbows out to the side, cactusing the arms, really like have tension in the fingers here. I want you kind of like acting like you're pulling something apart. So pulling from the center. Maybe you're ripping your own heart open as you then allow for the heart to reach toward the ceiling. Feel the opening of the heart. Yeah? Open it as much as you possibly can. And if you want, you can come onto the top, onto the ball of the right foot as well. And hold here for 5. Open, open, open the heart. Open it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And rotate to the other side. Coming onto the ball of the right foot, bending into the left leg. And then reaching the hands up. Keeping the hips square to the front of the room. Yeah? Reaching the arms up. And again, pull like you're ripping open the heart. Open it. No matter what has ever happened in our lives, we are opening our heart. No matter what. Feeling the love. Feeling the love for ourselves. Feeling the love for our family, for our friends, for the entire world. And then if we want, we can come up onto the left ball of our foot, keeping the heart open. And let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Woo! Rotate back to the center and jump the feet together. And shake out the legs. Woo! All right. Let's take one standing posture or one balancing posture of our choice. So balancing on one leg if possible in whatever position you'd like. I recommend that it is a position in which you can close your eyes. Yeah? So we're going to try and just stand for a few breaths with the eyes closed on one leg and just really feel our balance, feel our equilibrium. Yeah? So if you want to take like tree pose, this is a really nice one to be able to close the eyes in, yeah? So stand on the right leg first. And then if we're taking tree pose, we have our left foot, so it's either under the knee or over the knee, okay? We can also be taking our half lotus version if we want to take the left foot up toward our right hip flexor. And wherever we are, we're going to go ahead and find our pose and close down our eyes. And then hold with the eyes closed. Feeling the right foot grounded into the floor. Woo. Feeling the balance. Maybe feeling blisters on your toes from a weekend of dancing. And let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's go to the other side. Standing onto the left foot. And take our tree pose or whatever we want to take, taking either the right foot below the knee or above the knee. And bring the hands to heart center, or you can put the hands over the head. You can put the hands out to the side, however you want them. Or if we want to go and take our half lotus, we may. And find the balance, closing down the eyes. Maybe we're feeling grateful that we can stand on our left foot as we're remembering that 2 Thanksgivings ago, we couldn't even stand on both feet because of a left foot injury. Oh my goodness. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That's much harder than normal tree pose. I've actually never done that one with my eyes closed before. All right. Let's bring it down to the floor, shall we? Stretch it out real good. Let's take the hands to heart center. Let's inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. And let's come up onto the toes and step one foot behind the other until we get back to our mountain pose. And then let's come up onto the toes. Let's bring the knees down. And let's work out the heart a little bit more. Yeah? So we're going to kind of dynamically work it out first. So we're going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to swing the left arm over and up above the head. We're reaching the hips up. And taking the right hand to the right heel. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to sit down onto the heels. As we inhale, we're going to take our left hand to the left heel. We're going to reach the right hand up overhead, keeping the hips forward, coming into our half camel on the other side. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to sit. Inhale, reach over with the left arm up. Exhale, sit toward the heels. Inhale, reach the right hand up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach the right arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, right. Exhale, down. Beautiful. Let's take camel. So inhale. Take the hands to the hips. Exhale. Again, inhale. Reach the top of the head up toward the ceiling. And exhale. Reach the hands back toward the heels. You can take half camel like we were just doing if you want to. Keep the hips over the knees here. And then once we feel comfortable, we can go ahead and bring the head back, looking toward the back of the room or looking at the nose. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. 4. 3. 2, 1. And come up. And let's sit down onto the heels. Beautiful. Let's take our headstand here. So let's go ahead and take our head down. So if you need a headstand tutorial, I will link it here. Otherwise, let's just go into it. Yeah, so lifting the feet or lifting the hips up and then lifting the feet and coming into our headstand. And again, if we can be closing down our eyes here and just balancing in headstand, then that would be nice. So go ahead and close down the eyes if and when it feels comfortable. And just hold for a minute or two. And let's bring it down. Gently bringing the feet down toward the mat. And bending the knees. Sitting back onto the heels and coming into child's pose for a few breaths. And let's roll up. And let's go ahead and bring the right leg forward into a pigeon-like position. So drawing our right foot back toward our left hip flexor. If this does not feel comfortable, we can be seated on a block or a cushion underneath the right butt. And let's stretch out our left quads. So reaching the left foot into the left hand and then pushing the left foot down toward the glutes. Nice and gentle, doing kind of like we did at the beginning, such that we are inhaling into any tension that we feel, and then we're exhaling and releasing it, pushing the foot down toward the glutes even more. Ah, lovely. And let's release. Now let's rotate over to the side of the mat. So our right leg is into the center, our left leg is extended out. Let's flex the left foot, reach the hands out to the side. Inhale, reach over to the right slightly, and then exhale, reach over with the right hand toward the left foot, taking the left shoulder down toward the mat or toward the leg, and looking up underneath our right arm here. Getting a nice stretch in the side of the body. Holding for 5 breaths. Try and reach a little bit more, using those exhales to take us deeper. Open up the armpit more toward the ceiling. And let's inhale and come up. And rotate over back to the front. We're going to take our pigeon here, or a half pigeon here. So we can either keep the right foot where it was, or we can line our right shin up with the top of the mat, keeping our right foot flexed. And then we can fold forward, extending the hands out in front of us. Or we can take the left arm, bring the left shoulder down to the floor. And we can take the right arm and we can bring our right hand over toward the left hip, binding the left hip, using it to open up the shoulders a little bit more. Getting a nice little twist in with our half pigeon. And breathing deeply. Allowing for any release that's happening. And let's come up. And switching legs, taking the left foot around toward the front, sending the right foot back to the back. Taking the left foot toward our right hip flexor, being up on a block or a cushion if we need to, under the left butt. Bending the right knee. Pushing the right foot toward the right glutes with a right hand. Inhaling into the tension and exhaling to release the tension. Using the mind. And let's release. Rotate over to the side. Flexing the right foot. Inhaling, reaching over to the left slightly. And then exhaling, reaching the left hand over toward our right foot. Taking the right shoulder down toward the floor. Looking underneath the left arm. Using our exhales to go a little deeper. Keep breathing. And inhale and come up. Rotate over to the front. Either going back to our pigeon position with the left leg next to the right hip flexor, or lining up our left shin with the top of the mat. And folding over the left leg, extending the hands out in front of us, or taking the right arm, reaching the right shoulder down to the mat, taking the left hand and binding the right hip. Breathing into the tension, using the exhale and using the mind to release the tension. And let's come up and let's come back to a seated position for a few minutes. All right, so before we close out, we're going to take about 5 minutes of Nadi Shodana. So I will put a tutorial on Nadi Shodana if you don't know what it is Otherwise, you can do however you like to practice it, or you can follow my guidance. We'll just do about 5 minutes. So we're taking our Vishnu Mudra. So we have our thumb out and our ring finger and our pinky out of the right hand. Our left hand is in Gyan Mudra, so we're touching our pointer finger and our thumb together, face up on the left knee. And so we're going to be using the right thumb to be closing the right nostril and our right ring finger to be closing the left nostril when we're closing. Yeah. All right, so let's take a moment to just breathe naturally, and then we'll get to the Nadi Shodana. So allowing this time for us to just really draw the senses inwards. This pranayama is used for balancing the right and the left, the masculine and the feminine. And it's really nice just to kind of help us feel more balanced in life, right? Which is a nice thing to do around the holidays. Might not feel so balanced. All right, so let's begin, and you can do at your own speed, or you can follow me, and let's go. So let's start closing the right nostril and breathing in through the left for 4 counts. 3, 2, 1. Close the left, open the right, and breathe out the right. 3, 2, 1. In right. 2, 3, 4. Out left. 1, 2, 3, 4. In left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out right. 1, 2, 3, 4. In right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out left. 1, 2, 3, 4. In left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out right. 1, 2, 3, 4. In right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a few more like that at your own pace, or if you want to add retention, or if you've already added the breath retention, you may either continue with that or you may add it in now. Just imagine yourself feeling more and more relaxed, more and more balanced as you go through the pranayama. If you want to use your gaze, you can be, as you're exhaling, you can be bringing the gaze with the closed eyes down toward the nose. And then as you breathe in, you can be bringing the gaze with the closed eyes up toward the eyebrow center. And you can keep it there if you're adding retention in as well. And so this time, if you want guidance in adding retention, then I will guide you if you want to start now. So I'll give everybody a moment to get back to your last exhale on the left nostril, and then we'll breathe in through the left when you're ready. 2, 1, and breathing in left. 2, 3, 4. Hold in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In right. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold in 1, 2, 3, 4, out left 1, 2, 3, 4, hold out 1, 2, 3, 4, in left 1, 2, 3, 4, hold in 1, 2, 3, 4, out right 1, 2, 3, 4, hold out 1, 2, 3, 4, in right 1, 2, 3, 4, hold in 1, 2, 3, 4, out left 1, 2, 3, 4, hold out 1, 2, 3, 4, in left 1, 2, 3, 4, hold in 1, 2, 3, 4, out right 1, 2, 3, 4, hold out 1, 2, 3, 4, in right 1, 2, 3, 4, hold in 1, 2, 3, 4, out left 1, 2, 3, 4, hold out 1, 2, 3, 4. You can either keep going or you can go into your Shavasana. I recommend keeping the eyes closed and going into Shavasana with the eyes closed. And finding a comfortable position for Shavasana. And let's find complete relaxation, starting by relaxing the tips of the toes. Relaxing the toe joints. Relaxing the tops of the feet. Relaxing the soles of the feet. Relaxing the ankles. Relaxing the shins and the calves. Relaxing the knees and the backs of the knees. Relaxing the quads and the hamstrings. Relaxing the hips and the hip flexors. Relaxing the sex, the tailbone and the glutes. Relaxing the space below the belly button and the lower back. Relaxing the navel and the middle back. Relaxing the ribs, the chest, the lungs and the heart. Relaxing the shoulder blades and the whole upper back. Relaxing the collarbone. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the upper arms. Relaxing the elbows and the insides of the elbows. Relaxing the forearms. Relaxing the wrists. Relaxing the tops of the hands and the palms of the hands. Relaxing all the fingers and all the knuckles and all the tips of the fingers. Relaxing the neck, the front, the sides, and the back of the neck. Relaxing the ears. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the mouth, the lips, the teeth, and the tongue. Relaxing the nose. Relaxing the cheeks and the cheekbones. Relaxing the eyes and the eye sockets. Relaxing the eyebrows and the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the temples and the back of the head. Relaxing the crown of the head and reaching up above the crown of the head to relax that space. And reaching outside of the body to relax the aura. And resting in this deeply relaxed state. Take the next inhale a bit deeper, calling the self back into the body. And finding movement in the fingers and the toes, and the wrists and the ankles. Reaching the hands up overhead, interlacing the fingers, and reaching the feet in the opposite direction. Inhaling deeply. And exhale, sigh it out. Rolling over onto the left side, keeping the eyes closed, using the arm as a pillow underneath the head. And continuing to keep the eyes closed, come up onto a seated position. Take the hands down to the knees and take a moment to observe. Recall your intention. Notice if the intention has been met. Note if it's something you would like to continue to take with you. Whatever the answer is perfect. And let's take the hands to heart center. And let's lock it in with an Om and 3 Shantis together. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take the hands, rub them together. And take the heat from the hands and place it over the eyes. Open and close the eyes beneath the hands. Again, take the hands together, rub them together. Take the heat from the hands, place it over the eyes. Spread it over the face, and down the neck, and the shoulders, and the torso, and down the legs to the feet. And one last time, take the hands to heart center, bow the head in gratitude, thanking yourself for taking this time for yourself. And when you're ready, go ahead and blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for trusting me and allowing me to guide you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section, particularly if there was anything that you found challenging or confusing about this class, so that I may do my best to guide you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next class. With so much love, namaste.